I just saw the president is going to give an address on the war on terror. Could someone tape that just so we can see if there's anything new in this fucking speech that he's going to give? Anything remotely new? Or is it the same friggin' speech? There can't be anything new. He's not going to say we're pulling out. He's not going to say we're sending more troops. He's not going to say that. He will say nothing.
Things going according to plan.
Right on, we're on schedule. We're going to stay the course.
America's a strong nation.
Strong. We need to fight terror. Terror there. I mean, terror here.
We're going to get in. We're going to rout out the terrorists.
Right, we got them on the run. Run, but you can't hide. Ink a bink bottle of ink, cork it out, and you stink. What? What? Can you say something that makes any sense? Run, I can't hide. Don't bird in the hand. 2 terrorists in the bush, and we're going to get them. What? We are? Man, we're going to fly. Have a couple of wings on them. Yeah?
When is this speech happening, Sue?
If they put it up on the news, I'm sure it'll happen soon.
All right, we'll have it
Fox
for tomorrow's
will break
show.
in, but yeah, for tomorrow's show. I mean, I got to hear if there's anything new.
And what's going on with Michael Brown, former head of FEMA?
This poor, stupid son of a bitch. I feel bad for him now. He is the scapegoat of the whole Katrina debacle. Obviously, he fucked up as the head of FEMA. He wasn't quite managing the emergency like the E and the M part of FEMA says he's supposed to do.
So when these disasters happen, FEMA swoops in and they're supposed to take care of everything, basically?
Right. They're supposed to be the guys that organize whatever aid is needed and take care of business. And this guy's the head of it. He had no experience beforehand in emergency management.
He was supposed to stop the hurricane.
Right. Get in the way and halt.
And this is what New Orleans heard instead of them swooping in. This is what they heard for about a week.
Yeah. And the finger pointing just will not stop. Everyone is blaming everybody when the truth of the matter is everyone that was in charge of anything was to blame because none of them really picked up the ball and did anything. From the mayor all the way up to the president. Not even the mayor, from some of the heads of these little elected officials from these parishes. What the fuck is a parish? Is that the only place they use that term? What happened to town? The town of Islip. Things like that. Only down there you get the parish. It's just another creepy southern backwards term.
Haven't gotten cable yet?
Yeah. Here in the parish. A little house on the prairie. Didn't they live in a parish? Sleepy Eye? What was that, a township? I don't know.
What's that, a township?
But everything, all these little elected officials, all the way up to the president. It was just a clusterfuck. And then this Brown clown is thrown out of office, the head of FEMA. And now they have this little investigation going on, so he's being questioned by a bipartisan committee. And they are ripping him an ass. Like he's the one guy. They hold him up and go, well, you see. Because if they can find one guy to blame, then they're not to blame. Their buddies aren't to blame. Just this guy. But that
must be amazing when you realize that you're going to be the guy.
You're the guy. How awful
you're
is
pointing
that?
To, it's him, and all of a sudden they all start coming at you.
Like,
like,
no, wait a minute. No one's pointing at the guy I'm pointing at.
Yeah.
You're the guy. Wow, that is bad,
and you walk in with that Lee Harvey Oswald lump on your eye going, yeah, okay, I'm the patsy. I'm the patsy. Some dude just shoots you right in the stomach. Oh!
Done. Problem solved. It was all him. He's dead now. Let's move on with our lives. Yeah, everyone is pointing at this guy.
The lone gunman.
The truth of the matter is, they're all guilty of neglecting the situation, but he's still trying. You know, God bless him. He's still pointing his fingers. They sat him down at this committee, and he would not take responsibility.
Yeah, we got some audio of that. Let's go to it right now.
The session amounted to a bipartisan public flogging.
You folks fell on your face. You get an F- in my book.
I don't know how you can sleep at night.
You were clueless.
How do you get an F-? That's great.
First of all, who the fuck is that guy?
Some congressional friggin' committee member. Yeah. Some awful guy who now, his buddies down there could be responsible, but, we got to make this guy the fall guy.
How does one get an F-?
F- in my book.
I hate all that shit. Let's give 110%.
And you realize
watching
at 100. You know, they're boring as shit to watch, but you realize if you sit down and watch them for a while, when you watch these congressmen, senators sitting down at these committees and talking, and it's on C-SPAN or wherever it is, they have no charisma, no panache. They have no material. They use old, worn-out cliches. Their public speaking is awful. They shake. They're just like your stupid neighbor. You love to think that there's something more. That the government, man, they're running things. It's got to be something more. No,
these guys are
idiot.
I like when they try to present like their catchprise for the election, and they try to put some sort of like just any sort of acting or any sort of personality into it. Like, remember John Kerry?
Punisher!
John Kerry, he comes up like saluting. He's like, Senator Kerry reporting for duty. And you're like, what? Or like Hillary Clinton. Her big thing was, she's like, enough is enough. And you know they told her to say it twice to make the point. And then she goes, you gets this hacky applause back, and she's like, enough is enough. It's like, I can't vote for you.
No.
You're not even a person. You sound like your batteries are wearing
down.
down.
People are buying this shit out there.
She has the worst machine delivery of any politician. She does that slow build thing. We as Americans need to be more concerned about our people in New Orleans. Who the fuck?
Plus, I like how she even got in there. Yeah, I was married to a guy who did this. So,
Something rubs off.
My boyfriend's a construction worker, so yeah, I'd like to build a house.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. You're right.
My career brought me to the White House as a wife of the fucking president, but I picked out the dishes for the big dinners we used to have. That's a very important duty.
I know my way around.
Right. She is the worst.
Let's go back to the
reporting for duty. That was badly staged.
If you could find either one of those clips, I'm not even exaggerating that bad.
Yeah, and some of the papers actually had the picture of him saluting with reporting for duty, trying to make it a catchphrase. Oof.
Looking like Herman Munster.
Grandpa, I'm reporting for duty, Grandpa. Eddie. Salute your father, Eddie.
All right, let's get back to the audio of the congressional hearing. These guys are just like you and I. They're nothing special.
Nothing.
You'll see them in the restaurants and the bars when they're not working, trying to get as much booze into their fat, bloated faces.
Yeah. And then
like
they're just holier than thou in these situations.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I'm giving you an F-.
I'm taking you to task.
Right. How about I look at your record and I grade it on the high school grading that you're giving me? I'm a professional, been working for years, been out of school, and this motherfucker's gonna knock me back down to high school level and give me an F.
You, sir, get no stars.
Yeah, like that. Oh, no glittery gold star for you today,
You couldn't go to summer school long enough in my book.
You, sir, get a frowny face.
Yeah. The guy's grading his clay camp ashtray he made.
If it was up to me,
where he is.
If it was up to me, you would stay indoors for recess. That's how bad your hurricane coverage was.
You'll have no extracurricular activities. What a scumbag.
Let's go to the F- guy.
Sure it didn't happen.
The session amounted to a bipartisan public flogging.
You folks fell on your face. You get an F- in my book.
I don't know how you can sleep at night. You were clueless about what was happening.
But the
This sounds like my parents talking to me when I was like 15 years old.
And there he is sitting there. I was just doing. No one told me anything.
You pick any day last week, and that same committee could be talking to me. You are absolutely clueless.
You know, Bill, in my book, F- in his book. What book?
You get an F- in my book.
In my book.
This is the speech you get when you miss curfew when you were a kid.
Yeah.
From your parents.
This guy is an adult. He was the head of FEMA. Regardless of how badly he fucked up, he's an adult.
He's being scolded like a 5-year-old.
Oh, my God. Everyone's taking a turn around the room.
Now I had to back up again. Listen
Pile on.
bipartisan public flogging.
You folks fell on your face. Right. You get an F- in my book.
I don't know how you can sleep at night. You were clueless about what was happening.
But the embattled former FEMA director gave it back.
I've overseen over 150 presidentially declared disasters. I know what I'm doing.
Indeed, though he admitted to some mistakes, Brown unabashedly placed much of the blame for Katrina chaos with local Louisiana officials.
My biggest mistake was not recognizing by Saturday that Louisiana was dysfunctional.
When he would say things like this, my mistake, you're thinking he's going to go, my mistake was not getting resources in there quickly enough. My mistake was not making sure the communication lines were open between me and the people that need. My mistake was not seeing what a fuck up this was.
Exactly.
He's saying his whole mistake was not realizing how fucked up that place was from the get-go. There's some real responsibility grabbing. God, but you know something? Can you blame the guy? He goes around the room, they just lambast him, and he's supposed to be now the last guy that just bashes himself? I'd be trying to pull myself out of the barrel, too.
Also, he was saying it's my fault that I didn't realize how fucked up New Orleans was.
How fucked up New Orleans
was.
Before the hurricane. Exactly. No communication. The mayor and the fucking governor can't stand each other.
You know what?
That's
a good way to go.
It is a good way. Clear. That's why when I saw this yesterday, I was like, God damn, he's sharp. That's the great way to go.
He contended that the mayor and governor ignored his call for evacuations and that the state was too mired in political infighting to let FEMA work.
I very strongly, personally regret that I was unable to persuade Governor Blanco and Mayor Nagin to sit down, get over their differences, and work together.
Blanco called the charges shocking, and Nagin...
Obviously, Mr. Brown is, maybe under a lot of pressure. I feel kind of sorry for him.
Since Katrina,
that was perfect.
That is perfect. He pretty much just said, look, the guy's having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
but he handled it. He didn't lose his shit. Like, don't try to pin it on me.
Right.
He painted the other guy as a psycho.
Oh, look.
He's having a really bad day. So.
Obviously, a lot of pressure.
I'm going to take the high road.
It's taking its toll. A lot of pressure. Look, and then finishing it with, I feel sorry for the guy. What a bunch of scumbags.
Since Katrina, fairly or unfairly, Brown has emerged as the national scapegoat and late-night punching bag.
No word yet on Mr. Brown's future plans, though sources say he does want to spend more time doing nothing for his family.
But the drubbing on the Hill was as bad as it gets.
I want to know how you coordinated the evacuation.
By urging the governor and the mayor to order the mandatory evacuation.
And that's coordinating?
What would you like for me to do, Congressman?
Well, that's why I'm happy you left.
I guess you want me to be this superhero that is going to step in there and suddenly take everybody out of New Orleans.
No.
I like this guy.
What I wanted you to do was do your job of coordinating.
You know something? The motherfucker delegated responsibility to the mayor and the governor of that state. They did nothing.
This is what just happened. That guy who asked the question about coordinating thought he was just going to get away with it.
Right.
And then the guy threw it back in his face. Well, what would you have me do? And he's like, coordinate.
Your job, sir.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what the fuck.
He didn't have an answer for him.
He just wants to get on CNN so he can have his I'm outraged clip.
I like this guy, though. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I like the way he operates.
Yo,
hey,
what the fuck am I
supposed to do? What, I got a fucking cape, you asshole?
He should have dropped the F-bomb. The fuck was I supposed to do? Take everybody out by their hand? I told him to fucking leave.
Yeah. Mandatory evacuation. Now, mayor, governor, get your people the fuck out.
Fatty with the red tie.
Yeah, I would love to see one of those guys do that.
You might as well. You're going to get fired.
Yeah.
And then you know
he
what?
He is fired. He's done.
Is fired.
All right.
He doesn't even have to be there at this point.
And then all of a sudden, every moron with the pickup truck, whatever that fucking guy's name is, so-and-so for president.
Yeah.
And he said, fuck.
Right.
I like this guy.
They love him.
All right, I think we have another track here. Michael Brown's isolated comments.
I've overseen over 150 presidentially declared disasters. I know what I'm doing. My biggest mistake was not recognizing by Saturday that Louisiana was dysfunctional. I very strongly, personally regret that I was unable to persuade Governor Blanco and Mayor Nagin to sit down, get over their differences, and work together.
I want to know how you coordinated the evacuation.
By urging the governor and the mayor to order the mandatory evacuation.
Beautiful.
And that's coordinating?
Yeah.
What would you like for me to do, Congressman?
Well, and that's why I'm happy you left.
I guess you want me to be this superhero that is going to step in there and suddenly take everybody out of New Orleans.
No, what I wanted you to do was do your job of coordinating.
That right there gets an applause break on Oprah.
Absolutely.
What you people need to do is get a job. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, do your job. That's why I'm glad you left. Yeah, you're out. Good.
That's why I'm glad. And you see him in the voice. Like he was literally regrouping there. Like, oh fuck.
He had nothing.
Now he's making me look like a shitter. That guy, he should have dropped the F-bomb.
Absolutely.
And that one guy sounded really squirrely, like very just nerdy. You think you wanted a piece of him outside?
FEMA is supposed to manage and delegate responsibility like that.
He should have described Louisiana even harsher.
Mm-hmm.
Dysfunctional. It was too PC. He should have just been like, look, had I known how fucked up that state was.
They just know, and it's coming out now, the head of the New Orleans Police Department quit. Now these slight rumors, allegations are coming up that they said that 500 or so cops walked off the job and left and have not returned. Now they're saying they can only find 80 of these cops that actually walked off. They're starting to insinuate that perhaps hundreds of cops are on the New Orleans payroll and do not exist.
Every 3 years, 60 Minutes does something on New Orleans.
Yeah.
How fucked up a town
it is. How corrupt it is. Very corrupt. So where's this pay going?
Oof. Can you imagine?
Oh.
Well, look at... Holy crap, you just took me out of my game so bad it's not even funny. But he's working really hard on the Opie and Anthony auction. That's ending very, very soon. The link is up on opieandanthony.com. All proceeds will help the victims of Hurricane Katrina, and there's a few items still left. They're all going away in about 2 or 3 days, and that'll be it for the auction. I think we raised well over $50,000 so far, heading toward about $70,000, $75,000. What I wanted to say, Anthony.
Yes.
Even though it's been, we marked the year next Tuesday, I guess. We're going to have a huge Halloween bash to officially celebrate 1 year at Satellite.
Oh, we're announcing this.
1 year at XM. Yeah, it's going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe in the heart of Times Square there.
Nice.
And it's going to be great. Anthony's brother's band, 2U, will be playing.
Yes.
The U2 tribute band will be there. A couple more tribute bands. I think a Rush tribute band and a AC/DC tribute band. That's right. And what we're looking for from our fine, faithful listeners, we want you to show up with costumes because it's Halloween, but it's costumes that have something to do with the Opie and Anthony program.
Sound clip, things we talk about. It's easy. Us.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owenay virus.
Clip for Bill, too, before we move on. Celine Dion on Larry King.
It is, when I was hearing a couple of days ago that these things are not reachable, it's too full of water. The helicopters flying in, take 2 people at a time, take a kayak, go into those walls. Those people are praying, they're walking, they're like this, hello, do you see us? We're still alive, but we're dying.
Celine,
it's terrible. I do not want to talk to you about money.
I hate when these celebrities have to turn into experts about stuff they don't know anything about.
Take a kayak and ram into the wall?
Take a kayak through those walls. Take a kayak, put on some swimmies, and just punch the walls in.
People are yelling, what is that?
What is that? They're saying I'm alive.
It sounds like someone having a nervous breakdown while doing like bad stand-up. What is the deal with that? Is any of this funny?
Why did they give you the peanuts on the airplane? What's with those peanuts?
How do you open it back? You need to ram your finger in it?
Why could the professor make radio out of coconut but can't fix hole in boat? Those people were starving on island. Poor Gilligan would screw up rescue. Just get a kayak. Have the skipper punch through the wall.
Why don't they use the headhunters boats? They seem to be able to get from island to island. What is going on? Just ram the island with the headhunters boats and push it back to shore. Go on.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Our auction is going away tomorrow, finally. We did the auction to help the victims of Hurricane Katrina.
We're so good.
And the final items are going away by the end of tomorrow. Jesus, I'm dropping poker chips everywhere. So go to opieandanthony.com and see what's still up there that you can bid on. Some of the key things is the Opie and Anthony Scarface movie poster autographed by the entire cast, including Al Pacino, obviously.
Nice.
Only getting $990. I thought that would go for more. And then there's some baseballs going away in the next half hour. Baseball signed by Rob Dibble, Kevin Kennedy, Buck Martinez. But tomorrow the auction ends for good, and we just want to thank everyone that helped us out with that, okay? We'll have a grand total of money that we raised that we'll post to let you guys know what you helped do.
How's it going?
I guess the hurricane coverage is done. Now it's all about fires. Hey, Eric, what's going on?
The O&A charity auction is just about to end. We're under half an hour.
Oh, and then that's it.
And that's it. It's done.
Nothing else.
Gone. Yes.
How much have we raised?
We'll have a final total in about 40 minutes.
Yeah, we'll have that total up on opieandanthony.com. But we got 7 or 8 items left, including Opie and Anthony's Scarface movie poster.
How much?
Autographed by the entire cast. Obviously, Al Pacino and everybody else. It's going for $1,000 right now, but it only has 14 minutes left as far as bidding on it.
I wanted to bid on that.
I think I'm gonna do a
last minute.
Yeah, why not?
Bid in on that one.
By the way, Eric did a great job at the Opie and Anthony auction. Thank you, Eric.
No problem.
Very good job.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, sick
Better.
Glasses.
You got the sick glasses still.
Yeah, it should be good by Monday. So
sick glasses.
All right.
What else is up for bids?
We got those X Game T-shirts that we had signed by everybody that we had on the live broadcast. There's about 4 of them up there, and 1 or 2 other little things. I think the memo apologizing for Sex for Sam, signed by Ken Stevens, is up there as well.
It's a collector's item for a fan of the show.
Sex for Sam?
Yeah, that was the church debacle. It's called Sex for Sam because the prize
I'll never catch up. I'm just like, what is that?
You know what, though? There's too many little details. Yeah, the prize that day for the couple that would have won was to go to the Sam Adams Brewery with us for a big concert and drinking beer and hanging out with Jim Cook from Sam Adams. So it was Sex for Sam.
There you go.
And I'm sure Sam Adams, they were so happy to be involved with that promotion as they watched the Catholic Church people dumping Sam Adams beer out into the street after that happened. Yeah, that was a little much.
All right, Eric, anything else?
Also, the last playlist for any Opie and Anthony material on WNEW written by Black Earl. So it's the exact list of all the worst of bits.
All right, very good.
That's a biggie.
Once again, Eric did a great job with the auction. Thanks, Eric.
No problem.
There he goes, E-Rock. Eric, as he makes his way back into the studio, Eric just spent, 3 or 4 weeks on the Opie and Anthony auction, right?
Yeah, the whole month, yeah.
What are you going to do now?
Auction off his sick glasses.
For work.
Yeah, what are you going to do now? Because we really like Nathaniel.
We like Nathaniel sitting here.
I don't know.
We'll figure out a new job for you. Don't worry. The Opie and Anthony charity auction. Thanks to our listeners, we raised. We
have the loyalty of pirates, me and you. We're just Jimmy leaves, Bill's here. This guy's fucking great. The show's great. Fuck it. Nathaniel sits there. Fuck Hawk. Fuck him. Right. Nathaniel's now.
I'll be finished by Tuesday.
Oh, you already are.
I'll be Gary Sharon by then.
We're thinking of all the people that are going to be sitting in your seat. That's now your seat.
Yes.
That is
the Bill Burr seat.
We want some controversy. No, that's your seat, Bill.
These headphones still say Jim on the side. I got no delusions.
All right, here we go. I want to thank all the listeners. They really stepped up, and they got some good crap from us. And we raised a little over $50,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
eBay sales total $50,557.18. So
wow.
Big thank you to the Opie and Anthony Nation. Ugh.
That's one sandbag for the levy.
I know. Well, yeah. What could you buy for that? I think $50,000.
50.
That's got to be at least 50 houses for those people down there.
Opie, I want to go on record right now and say, me personally, I am going to match 10 of those dollars. I know. That's the kind of guy I am.
He's going to pay for that little flag on the side of the mailbox they're going to put up there.
Shouldn't somebody?
But thanks to the fans and thanks to Hawk. He really worked his balls off on this damn thing. He's still working his balls off because people are
destroyed his health.
He's mailing stuff out every day. It's a real pain in the ass for him.
Still 6 specs.
So there you go. Thanks, Hawk.
No problem.
Want to thank Bill Burr.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I had a great
course.
time, and good luck with your next replacement.
Another bang-up week, man.
I'll see you guys in 2009.
Bye, Eric.
Derek just will not leave him alone. We're right in the middle of talking. He don't care. It's more important to just embarrass him with that fucking music.
Bill's gone next week.
Wait, you're gone all next week?
Yep.
And then when do you come back?
Then I go to L.A. for a couple of days.
Jesus Christ.
And then Jimmy's back that week, and then he goes away. So we're talking maybe a little over 2 weeks before we see you again.
Yeah.
2.5
see you guys
weeks.
around Christmas.
You
man.
guys in this comedy thing. You're fucking us all up with your gigs.
I know. I don't want millions of people listening to me. I want to go in front of like 75 people on a Friday night. What's up with George Bush? This guy crazy? Fucking idiot.
We always knew.
Idiot. I'm a fucking idiot.
We always knew that Bill was a very funny guy, but he's just proven himself beyond anything. As far as
transcended any expectations because you read the message board.
And he's obviously going to be one of our big-time friends now on the show, like we did with Jay Moore and Dice and Brewer. I mean, that's huge, Bill, and thank you for everything. There's the video of the morning, man.
Oh, the horse. Now, this New Orleans clip is the greatest thing ever to come out of New Orleans in, a couple of weeks anyway. I guess they're back to business as usual.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, New Orleans, welcome back to the country. You're back. You made it. You got through this event, and we're back to showing clips of cops just beating the shit out of some black guy on Bourbon Street or whatever down there.
I love how the horse backed up. So
the horse's job in that whole thing was to block the camera view.
Make sure sometime today you get to see this video. It's pretty amazing.
This guy was, I guess, 64 years old.
I want to say 64, yeah.
64,
they beat this guy
like
up because he took the video?
And, yeah. And he wasn't submitting to the cuffing. Now, at that point, I don't understand it. Patrice, maybe you can help me out with this one.
Go ahead, man.
Why do the black guys, I know the drunk white guys do it out of the trailer homes and shit, but it's usually the black guys you see on cops. Why don't they just put their hands behind their back and get cuffed?
Because you feel like, look, man.
Oh, God. Look at the horse. Hey, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. It's just a big horse.
The cop
nothing behind the horse.
The cop is just tuning him up, and all of a sudden the horse backs up.
Backs up. You don't see shit.
And you can hear white like exclusion of this incident as stress. Watch this.
Oh, they have been under a lot of pressure. A lot of these people lost their homes.
They're stressed out and damp, so they get to beat everybody.
But I see it happen. I see what like after a car chase or something, the black guy goes running. The cops grab him, and the guy doesn't want to put his hand, and they beat the shit out of him. They're pulling on his arm. They're clubbing him. Why not just go, you got me, here's my arms, they're behind my back.
Well, spoken like a true never been under arrest guy in his life. God bless you, Mr. Learning about cops on television. Because they're hurting you.
Can I tell you about my experience
if I'm walking you into the movie theater but I'm pinching your face, won't you resist? Come on, sweetie, as I'm jabbing you with a sharp pencil. The cops are horrible like that.
But why are they hurting you to start with?
Because they ran after you. Like, I can understand if I chase you and I got you.
Yeah.
It's just like, I guess it's like going to have sex with a girl, and you've been trying to have sex with her a long time, and finally. And then the sex is not going to be like love making. It's going to be like, it took you this long.
It's going to be a fucking
whack. And that's what the cops, they chased you, and now they're going to.
They're pissed off. They're pissed off a little bit.
They need to take it out on you just a little bit.
It's just, I understand that.
The New Orleans cops beating up that guy?
Yeah.
Well, they had an expert on the early show to discuss the video.
Always got an expert.
This is always good. This is the video everyone's checking out today. If you haven't seen it yet, it's very, very, very good.
It is the latest black eye for a police department heavily criticized after Hurricane Katrina. Joseph McNamara is a criminal justice expert at the Hoover Institution. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You are the chief of police in Kansas City, San Jose, California. This is part of your life's work. You see tape like this. What's your reaction?
Well, the tapes look terrible for the police. They're certainly not trained to handcuff people by punching them around the way we saw on the tape. Having said that, the police are also trained that even the most routine arrest is dangerous. When I was police chief, I had 2 big, powerful police officers killed under similar circumstances trying to handcuff someone when the prisoner got their weapon and shot them to death with their own gun.
Understood. At the same time, this is Bourbon Street. This is New Orleans in its very initial steps of trying to get back on its feet again. Bourbon Street is a place where public intoxication is welcomed, not discouraged. It just seems, these things just seem terribly out of context.
Well, it looks like it got out of hand, but of course we don't know what happened before the tapes are shown, and I think it's been pretty one-sided coverage so far. It's a terrible tape, but nevertheless, we have to hear why the police confronted this man to begin with. Was he actually armed? Did they know he was armed? Did they think he was armed? Was he trying to get their weapon? So they have the right to the presumption of innocence just as he does. But it is a terrible blow. The city of New Orleans, I think the whole country is rooting for New Orleans, and they don't need this kind of publicity.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't help, huh?
No.
That was Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, I was one-sided coverage.
I didn't mind that guy though. He was all right. Like I didn't mind. You know, he was trying to do both sides.
He's trying to cover his pals.
He was all right. You know what I mean?
He's a cop though.
Yeah. Because I know it's got to be a dangerous job. I know I would shoot people if I was a cop, and I would do bad things to people if I was.
You watch all. I watch all the cop shows, and you know sometimes some guys struggling like that pulls the gun out, boom, dead. There's the wife and kid at the funeral. So, I don't know. And, it's Bourbon Street. I could give a shit what they do to people on Bourbon Street. I've been there. We've seen it. Who cares?
But it's back to Bourbon? Is it back to...
It's back. That's welcome back to the country after your disaster.
Yeah.
They're back getting drunk.
Clubs,
beat up. The tits are back. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're back.
Well, they're not. They're on their way.
Everything you need is there.
They're on their way. Hey, the president's making his, 8th trip? Or Did he do his 8th trip
No,
yet?
making it today, 8th trip down.
He's making his 8th trip down.
Make sure everything's okay. Make sure people can be free and live in freedom. I hate it. Oh.
He's the worst.
And he's staying overnight. He's showing that,
New Orleans is back and we're going to...
He's sleeping in that plane.
Yeah.
They gonna land that.
Oh fuck yeah!
They gonna land that plane in the 5th ward. He kills me, man. But you know what?
8 trips.
It's the thing about Bush, man. I don't hate him as much as I used to because after Katrina, I kind of felt it a little bit at the tsunami. But after Katrina, you realize he just doesn't know. Like he does not know. And the reason you realize that is because after Rita came, how happy he was that Rita came, so he could get a chance to pretend he
redeem himself.
Yeah. And he kept the eye. He kept just saying the eye and the eye. Be careful. The eye. There's a lot of wind. And he was making twirly things with his finger. There's a lot of this.
Well, make sure Houston gets evacuated.
Yeah, right. Yeah, evacuated.
He just don't.
But what is he doing? This is the 8th trip down there. What is he doing?
8 trips.
I think he just looks around and goes.
Is it any better? Is that area any better off because he made 8 trips than it would have been if he didn't go there?
It's like when you have a project at home, you really don't know what you're doing, so you keep going. Let's say to the garage, you want to rearrange the garage, and you go out there and you look around like.
I think it's more like you're hungry and you keep going to the cabinet even though you know there's nothing in there to eat.
Right, and you're just hoping that
keep opening it.
You're hoping something's going to pop out at you.
Something you missed.
Something you missed.
Open the fridge again.
I see a can of beets.
Oh, nothing in here. I'm hungry.
But that's what he's doing. Once a week he goes down there just to go.
But somebody's telling him, it's like, would it be like as a country? Would we be like? Would we feel afraid if he said, "Look, I don't really know what to do in this situation. I got people telling me, but
I guess you can't be that blunt with the American people. We'd panic.
I have no clue what's going on
because there are plenty of people, as you know, are out there that think he is a great, competent, intelligent leader of this nation. And if you criticize that, they will call you the worst things ever, liberal.
Communist,
whatever the hell they want to call you. When his record shows that maybe he isn't just the sharpest president we've had.
He just doesn't like people who like you know. We read human nature as performers. You just read something, you know how to pick it up quick, and you just go, whoa, this dude is. You know, you want to call the president stupid, but this dude he doesn't know, man. He's not going to make a 20 years ago speech. You know what I'm saying? He's just like a Texas cracker or something. He's just a silly dude, man. He doesn't know.
I voted for him.
Did you know he was a silly dude?
He had me bamboozled.
Both times?
Both times he had me bamboozled.
So wait, what brought you out of bamboozlement?
No, the second time didn't bamboozle. It was more that Kerry was just for how bad Bush is, Kerry was just uber retard.
And Bush isn't looking that great these days, but people aren't pulling out the old, well, a lot of people did not like him before 9/11.
September 10th? That motherfucker was one of the most hated guys.
Racist crap!
What about the squeegee guys? You fucking, what about the hot dog vendors? You stink.
That's why he's so great. He turned all that around.
He really did after
one day.
Within a week or 2 weeks.
So we needed that stuff you hated, you needed at that time. You know what I'm saying? So we hated his control before that, but after that, it's like,
that guy, those buildings came down. The guy is running into the dust to a microphone going, this is what we're doing, we got this set up, a command post is here, like a general in a war. That guy was right there. And Bush, a hurricane comes and he's out of with our resources. We got to move out the resources. I'm in constant contact with FEMA. I just got to figure out what that stands for. He had not a clue what was going on. Days are going by. These poor motherfuckers are sitting there drinking dirty water, mud. And
I had a broken femur.
I'm talking to ulna and radius. I'm talking to tibia and fibula.
Fibula.
We're going to be talking to all the bones. I'm talking to cranium. But for some reason, the femur is very important to this. Oh, God damn. There he was.
Tibia and fibula.
Because the leg bone connected to the shin bone.
Oh, man.
Hey, what was the hurricane blamed on again? The Muslims said it was...
God. Well, you know, Allah was striking us down for our ways and stuff, and that's what the Muslims were saying.
So what do they blame the earthquake?
Exactly.
That's what I'm getting
at. They really bug me.
There's a few more dead over there than over here.
And there was another one that killed like 70,000 in Iraq. It's like, oh, really? What are they those are the infidels?
Yeah, what is that? Yeah. They blame that on us, too, somehow.
Come on, man.
Somehow we
did that. The tsunami, all those places that the worst things happen, it's the most godly place, you know, the most religious places. This is the worst country in terms of religion you've ever seen. We just don't, it's too many of them around, but... the tsunami, the Buddhists, the Muslims.
There's a lot of Muslims down there.
What?
You know, that Hurricane Katrina hits and killed, I don't know what the count is, but let's say 1,000 people overall, the entire area. And people are like, oh my God, they should have evacuated this. That hurricane hits anywhere else in the world, 20,000 people are dead. 20,000 people are dead. This country somehow, you get the earthquake in San Francisco, Los Angeles earthquake, same thing. Anywhere else in the world, you get hit with an 8 anywhere in the world, those places are crumbling. They're in like sand huts, adobe and stuff. It collapses on them, graves. They don't even know how many people are dead. Here, there's a couple of hundred people die. We freak out.
I mean, I believe in God like everybody else, but it's like, you know, come on, man. Stop with the God versus God thing.
Well, if you want to take it that level, God must really love this country because we get horrible disasters and less people die than anywhere else in the world. So God loves us. He goes, look, there's a few, I couldn't help everybody. Can't get everyone out.
I think really New Orleans was God's way of saying, you know what, I'm not racist, because usually I kill a lot of white people in these things. Bro, I'm a fair God.
Killed a lot of black people there
I'm
that
just
time.
Gonna kill a few blacks this time.
Let's go to Steve in New York. Steve, what do you have?
What about Wolf Blitzer on CNN with the Katrina thing? They're so poor. and so black.
They are so poor. They are so black. When he said that...
Yeah, we got the Wolf Blitzer, too.
Oh, where's the Wolf Blitzer?
Huh?
He didn't get in trouble for that?
He didn't get in trouble, nothing.
No, because they were so poor and so black. I mean, there really ain't...
Yeah, we got all this. We got a lot of this stuff. We got to start playing it now.
Oh, my God.
Eric's trying to find that for us.
Yeah, Wolf Blitzer during Katrina.
Oh.
He's talking with one of the reporters, and of course he's back in CNN Central there, the Situation Room. He's got all those cameras, all those video screens behind him, and he's trying to be a little profound, I guess. And he goes, and these people, you watch the heartbreaking video of them being evacuated from the rooftops and no food or water, and they are so poor. And they are so black. Wow.
If you didn't see him trying to muster up that emotion, like if he just goes on and just struggling and just what difference does it make?
Yeah, who cares? When you look at all you see are a sea of black faces.
Wet niggas. What are you gonna?
We got the Wolf Blitzer clip.
Here's Wolf.
As much as you see that picture, though, you simply get chills every time you see these poor individuals. As Jack Cafferty just pointed out, so tragically, so many of these people, almost all of them that we see, are so poor and they are so black. And this is going to raise lots of questions for people who are watching this story unfold. We'll take a quick break. More of our special coverage right after this.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. All right.
I absolutely know where he was going with that. He just fucked up. I really think he meant to say they're so poor and so many of them are black.
Right.
Like, that's what he meant. It's not like they're so black. Like, look at that motherfucker.
Oh.
You can't see him. It's fucking dusk, and already I can't see the motherfucker, you know?
How many Homer Simpson dopes did you think you throughout the producers and all the... so poor and so black.
So black.
Shit.
Oh, damn. Well, go to commercial.
We'll be right back after this
But what are
break.
you saying about the rednecks, like in the tornado? It's like there's no... That's the thing that keeps us apart, is that you give white people so much credit for being able to, like, affect your life with their little statements. But it's like, you know, oh, look at the poor white people in tornado. Oh, look at them. They're just so... They shouldn't be in this position because they're white.
Because they're white.
It should be black folks blowing away. Oh, God.
I don't like... You know, when you see large groups of white people carrying babies and food over their back and stuff, you're like, why are they in that position? What the fuck? Why? But then Katrina, you see just like huge groups of black people walking around with babies and groceries and everything, whatever they can carry, and you're like, oh, well, you know, they're poor down there. They should have known to fucking leave, and the water came in. That's why they're trapped on the rooftops. They don't fucking listen to the goddamn news. I don't know what the fuck they're listening to their hip-hop music.
They ain't got no...
Maybe if they turned the hip-hop off every once in a while and put on a fucking news station, they'd have known this shit was coming.
Turn off BET. Put on a little CNN.
I'm sure BET didn't have the fucking map with the hurricane going, it's coming your way, motherfucker.
They thought it was a new video. Katrina hits. Oh, shit, Katrina hitting.
Katrina dropping.
When's Katrina dropping?
Is she open up for Beyonce? Oh, man.
Let's go to Georgia. Eric, what's up?
Hey, you guys, the sports stuff is hilarious, but about 2 years ago, this running back from, I think it was either Virginia or Virginia Tech, he made some, like, ridiculous 95-yard run or something, and after the game, one of the sports reporters was asking him, you know, what was he thinking about when he was doing the run, and he was like, to be honest with you, I just pretended I was being chased by the cops.
That's funny.
And he was a black kid, and it was just like the reporter sat there like he...
Wow. There's nothing better than watching the reporters in an uncomfortable situation like that, because I've seen anchor people where somebody, maybe the sports guy, because it's always the sports guy or the weather guy, just say something fucking stupid. Like, the anchors usually have it together enough to know that their career, like, they could fuck it up by saying something stupid. Sports and weather guys, they want to get their little moment in there, so sometimes they really fuck up and say something not even overtly racist, but just enough to make the anchors so uncomfortable that they won't even comment on it or acknowledge he said it or anything. So later on in the management meeting, they could go, well, look at the tape. I didn't even hear it. I'm just shuffling my papers. We'll be back with our top stories after we get this idiot away from my desk. I love it.
All right, we can't find Martin Luther Kuhn.
Oh.
What about Joe, line 1 from Denver? I remember this one. All right, let's go to Denver. Joe?
Hey, what about when Tiger Woods won his first...
Oh, yeah. Fuzzy Zeller.
You win it, you get to pick the menu for the next year, and Fuzzy says, well, I guess next year we're having fried chicken and watermelon.
Oh, God. But see, black people don't... This is a war between white people. Black people really think some of that shit is hilarious. It's just that we gotta keep you motherfuckers in check when you just say goofy shit like that.
Right.
But it's hilarious. We would say that to each other.
Yeah. Right.
We've trashed Tiger Woods. Black people trash Tiger Woods ever since he goes, I'm Caucasian, and it's just like, motherfucker, you a nigga. You googie nigga. You ain't no cobbler fucking Asian motherfucker.
Cobbler Asian. How is that?
Cobbler. I'm Caucasian. I'm half the... Shut the fuck up. Goddamn porch bucket. You are a nigga, and that's how you gonna get treated. Didn't Fuzzy Wuzzy let you know that?
Fuzzy let you know that. And Fuzzy's defense was, no, we say this shit all the time.
All the time, and they
in the locker room. They do.
You know they fuck with that half a black Asian mother. You know they mess with Tiger's head like that.
And you know something? He gets them back tenfold by kicking their fucking
winning.
asses out there on the court.
If you guys got some of these clips, send them into the show, because we don't have all of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got to scrape these up.
We did find tax cunts, by the way.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of in the same category, but
yeah. News people fucking up.
Misspeaking. Here's
that was Tom Brokaw.
Tom Brokaw.
Doing some kind of special. He was standing on a runway right next to an airplane or some shit.
This is one of our favorites of all time.
He was meant to say the presidential tax cuts. And he's got such a bad speech impediment. This guy, obviously, everyone knows he's just retired recently, but had a long, illustrious career as an anchorman for NBC Nightly News, could not speak. He had one of those lisps where you can't say your L words. It comes out like just this compression between the back of the tongue and the top of your mouth. So you sit there, NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Brokaw. Today's top story, Leon Klinghoffer pushed off the deck of the Achilles. I couldn't say it. I saw that clip years ago of him saying that and was like, this motherfucker can't talk. He's the top dog at the news organization.
And he can't
say an L. And here he is screwing up tax cuts. Listen to the little gap right after he said it when he knew he fucked up. But if the gap was any longer, he knew people would know he fucked up, so he trudges on like a pro.
The key component in what the president insists is a job stimulus program. Ohio, a strong Republican state, is hurting economically. And as NBC David Gregory reports tonight, the president took his message right to a powerful Ohio Republican who is not convinced the tax cuts are the answer.
Tax cuts.
That long space sounded like 20 years, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Tax cuts.
And to watch the video, it's a flash that comes over his face. Doesn't last more than a quarter of a second, but you see it. He panics. His eyes get a little wider, that delay, and then goes right back into it.
He pro'd his way through it?
Like, because it was live, you know? It was fucking live, man.
I think the best way to do it is to just pretend you did not know. If you say, like, so poor, so black, you just... But see,
Wolf did a good job.
That's what Wolf Blitzer get. That's that thing where emotions for an emotionalist kind of person comes in and he's feeling emotional and it fucks up his entire rhythm because usually he's just disconnected, so poor, and so many people are black, and it's this is just a tragedy, but it's just so poor. So black.
So black. I so fucked that line up.
Oh, so wet and so crispy.
So nappy-headed. Like, just fucking...
Nothing beats the kayaks, though, with Celine Dion.
Oh, Celine.
Just losing her mind. Did you hear the kayak one?
No.
This is...
We got shit to play for you.
when the victims of Katrina are on TV, and it was 24 hours a day, I mean, everyone watched it, and all the celebrities had to get involved. Sean Penn down in the boat with his shotgun and helping people get out, and Celine Dion on Larry King starts talking and gets very emotional about this whole thing, and just babbles like an idiot, like the idiot she is. She is mentally retarded with a Vegas show. That's what it is. A retard with a Vegas show.
Yeah, before the kayak one, listen to this.
You know, some people are stealing and they're making a big deal out of it. Oh, they're stealing 20 pair of jeans or they're stealing television sets. Who cares? They're not going to go too far with it. Maybe those people are so poor. Some of the people who do that, they're so poor, they've never touched anything in their lives. Let them touch those things for once.
All right, only a fucking mongoloid retard would even have a thought process like that. That they're not stealing.
Oh, you can touch this plasma TV, but you can't have it.
That's because she doesn't have a history of having an emotion. So
right.
The emotional thing to say is, man, who gives a fuck about those televisions?
Yeah.
And just, who cares? And end it. But she's trying to be so profound in her new emotion that she's discovered.
Need to touch it. No, look, Celine, let me clue you in. They don't just want to touch it. They want to take it, as many as they can, keep them bone fucking dry, so when this shit clears up, they can sell it and make a lot of fucking money. It has nothing to do. There isn't a tear in the gentleman's eye as he's like, never thought I'd touch this. Look at this Panasonic.
Yeah. Not only am I going to touch it, I'm going to take 20 pairs for myself.
Yeah.
Oh, Cleon, there's no electricity.
Yeah.
I just want to touch it, man.
Touch the fucking thing.
I just want to touch it.
You know something?
Touch it.
I never.
That's her emotion. She just discovered something she just didn't know she couldn't control.
It's like a science fiction movie where an emotionless robot finally gets the chip that gives him emotion. That's what she was like. She didn't know how to handle it.
What is this thing leaking from my eye?
What?
It's a tear.
Yeah.
Oh my God, tear.
Feelings. I am disturbed by these feelings. I cannot deal with this. What? I feel a pain that is not truly a pain in my midsection.
Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
Trying to forget my feelings of love. Just let them touch it. Just let them touch it. I'm sure that's all they want. Why, I'm crying.
That's what she is. You're right. She just got hit with it.
It was
emotion.
self-importance.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with Katrina. It was just her jerking herself off because she was feeling that way at the time. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the one true emotion out of the whole thing, and is that goddamn Kanye West is just...
right.
And, but see, Michael Myers in that clip, I don't know if you ever saw that thing, and I know you guys had to talk about it many times.
Hell yeah.
But it's just like that is the pain of being phony in Hollywood. It's just, you can't deal with that. If Michael Myers called himself a comic when fucking Kanye said, and George Bush don't care about black people, I'd have started I would have laughed so hard at him trying to collect this emotion and saying that crazy shit, and then watching Mike Myers try to disconnect. It's like, motherfucker, you're a comic too.
Just start laughing.
Just
go
start
with it.
Laughing
just
at
look
that
at. Imagine if he turned to him and looked at him like it, put his eyebrows up and just went.
It's these people are struggling to be honest, man. That's the fucked up thing about this business. That's what's good about the radio. Is like you can just yap about some shit, be honest, and it's just, it doesn't hurt. You know, you say some shit, you might say a little tsunami shit wrong here.
But what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
But you can be honest. But there is no honesty left. The honesty, whatever little piece of honesty anyone really wants to come out with in Hollywood, in that whole circle, has to be covered up in this armor. You know, that like it's not even honesty anymore.
But what's the drive for that? What is the root of dishonesty in terms of why can't people just say what they want?
Because
who's in charge of this new phenomenon when you can't say
there
shit?
There are so many little interest groups now that have such a loud voice. Like, you don't need the NAACP coming after you anymore. You need, like, the fucking 125th Street fucking committee that thinks you're a fucking asshole.
Oh, you don't need the whole...
You don't need the whole shebang anymore. It's anything you say now. There is a group. You could talk about fucking anything, and there will be a group that will write a letter and be offended. And everyone, especially in Hollywood, that has careers and sponsorships, and the more corporations that get involved with stuff, the more they don't want to offend anybody.
Now, how much money would you need to have in your pockets, right, before offending anybody didn't mean shit to you? Where you felt comfortable enough to say, God, fuck yeah, I got this many millions. You know what? Blow me.
We almost have enough.
It would be a lot.
That's the beauty of satellite radio. We don't have to really worry about sponsors yet.
It's not so much money, though. It's like boredom. What am I going to do?
Yeah, we want to do this.
What am I going to do? I kind of enjoyed this job.
Let's get back on track. We got the Celine Dion.
Take it from me.
We got the kayak clip here. Let's listen in on this.
Oh, the kayak.
Patrice has
Listen
never heard
to this genius.
It is, you know, when I was hearing a couple of days ago that these things are not reachable, it's too full of water. Maybe I'm too much like I'm not thinking with my head. I'm talking with my heart. Nobody can open any roofs. The helicopters flying in. Take 2 people at a time. Take a kayak. Go into those walls. There's kids being raped at night. We hear gunshots. Big guns. What's that? Those people are praying. They're walking. They're like this. Hello? Do you see us? We're dying.
Celine,
it's terrible. I do not want to talk to you about money.
Celine segue. And people are dying, and cheese, but things are floating away. How come gum? What?
Die! Why? They punch my teeth. They hit me and punch me. My gums, they're bleeding. She sounded like, come on.
Just a jerky.
I drive cab, but my teeth, they're killing me. Is this dental malpractice? Take the kayak. Get through those walls. What walls?
The walls? Smash the walls with the kayak?
Children are being raped with the big guns and they...
What? And this is the guy sitting there listening to that shit and said, Celine, the walls? What did he say? Smash the kayak against what?
Against the wall?
What?
Get the kayak.
What are you going to do with a fucking kayak, first of all?
And then have the people do the kayak row?
Yeah. They're going to be rowing with the single oar.
No. You have to kneel in the kayak.
Yeah.
So that you can do the kayak row. You can't sit in the kayak. They don't know how to sit in kayak.
Kayak. Get the kayak.
Why would they take a kayak?
You can't carry a fucking, like, a butter knife in a kayak, never mind a saw to get through a roof or a wall.
Take the jackhammers and heavy equipment, put them on a kayak.
Why? If you're going to fantasize about what she wants to happen, how about you get a big boat in there and some fucking big helicopters? Take 2 people at a time. I think they were taking more than 2 at a time in the helicopter. That is the most uninformed jackass I've ever heard talk about that.
It was just so... her emotions were so new to the poor thing. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
The Titanic is sinking. You know, get a log raft out there to help them. You know what?
And they ice pick and fur things.
Ice is. The people are freezing in the waters. Why can't we drop some warm socks for them?
No, you don't understand. It's like they're in the North Atlantic. It's freezing. The ship went down and stuff.
I know we have to help them. Get some hand warmers, some gloves for when they are waiting.
Take gas boilers.
They could do
gas boilers.
Get some hair blowers and some generators so they can use that to dry their wet heads so they don't catch cold in the icy North Atlantic. Why?
Oh, poor thing. You gotta feel bad when
she meant well.
Brand new to emotions.
Get the ice chippers. Everyone on the front of the boat could chip the iceberg. What an underestimating idiot this woman is.
Take a kayak and the walls. But she wasn't saying what to do with anything. She was just naming stuff.
Just blurting shit out.
Kayak, walls, onions. What, bitch, is this a recipe? You cooking soup? Take the soup.
Now mix in some parsley. The people hungry. Look, they're walking. Hello.
The word is kayak.
It's like password.
Kayak. Onion.
Boat.
Helicopter.
Or walls.
Wood.
Onions.
Kayak. Wood.
Kayak.
Onion. Wait a minute. Kayak, wood, onion. God.
Celine, the password is kayak.
Okay, I'd like to play. Small boat. Help people. Walls.
Two. Alternating rowing.
Helicopters.
Rapids. And black people. Huh?
Hello.
Black people. Onions.
Plasma TVs. Touch them.
Oh, that Celine Dion is just...
Oh, is she just a raving lunatic? She is so far from knowing what is going on in the real world. Like, she was a star pretty young on.
Yeah, she was
and
a long time.
Just now in Vegas, she's got like some palatial mansion. She goes to her own theater for a show every night. What does she know about these people down there in New Orleans? Nothing. Thinking a kayak. What the fuck? That's a rich person recreational boat.
Yeah.
Is a kayak. That's all she knows. I've been kayaking once.
Take all rich people. Why? There's no polo ponies.
Get the polo pony.
Take a gazebo. Take 3 gazebos with them. I could love it.
If everybody's maid and butler just chipped in to pull these people out, they would be safe.
Oh, God. Get them bidets, Larry. Get them some bidets.
I heard in the stadium that they were in, there are no bidets. They are all going around with dirty heinies. Larry, what can we do to help? I don't want to talk about money. Is she a rip?
Let's go to Larry in Michigan. Larry.
Hey, boy.
Call room service. Have them send food down.